Well, it was quite the fluke to get underway, but look where the one ball has come to rest. Immediately on top of the cue ball.
Beauty there. Legal hit. He had the angle to sort of caress that one in. Tried to cheat the pocket to give himself a slightly easier shot on the 8. Oh, it did drop, excuse me, pardon me.
Well, that was the ultimate delayed reaction. His heart must have been in his mouth.
Indeed, it looked like he even slammed the chalk frustratedly, and then the ball obliged. Got him screwed on pretty tight to start things off, Phil. Great start for Blyler.
It is quite clear from that Joseph Blyler is no ordinary Joe. The defending champion finds himself 1-0 adrift. I think what we're witnessing here, even for filler, it's just a degree of acclimatization, and also, one has to say, early nerves.
Absolutely, Phil. Looks like he's banking it cross side, a very aggressive choice, and he handles it beautifully. Hoping for a little love here. Does get that kind of awkward angle where he'll have to let his stroke out. Bit of low right, draw back to where he is, and it's well done there. A little bit touchy though. Gonna try to drag it back to center table or so.
It looked as though normal service is going to be resumed.
Very nice.
It was very nice.
Well, let's see though, Phil. Cue ball rests on the rails, so of course he has some work cut out for him. Might have liked to elevate and try to apply some backspin to pull the cue ball back, or perhaps he can just follow to the rail and out and accept a sort of tester on the 9.
I'm sure that's what he's going to do, because with these 4.25-inch pockets, you can't be too clever, you can't be too ambitious.
That's exactly right. I mean, it's not what you boys are used to over on the snooker side of things, but these pockets are quite tight. 4 1/4 is very responsible as far as difficult equipment. And let's see, it looks like he's using inside. At least he was sort of threatening to use high right and come around 3 rails. So difficult off the rail. He does just stun it to the rail and out and accept his work on the 9. Naturally a very difficult shot here.
Well, even for a terrific potter like Filler, this is most certainly missable.
Beauty.
I'll tell you what, that will boost his confidence immeasurably. Chipping the black 8 ball out. That wasn't surely part of the plan. So rack 5 hangs in the balance.
But it does, and it looks like Joshua's trying to see if he has just enough to thin the 5, or if he has to kick. He's going with the ladder. Oh my, Phil. Oh. Well, that's not too bad there, guys. I mean, my goodness.
Well, that is a kick extraordinaire, and for Joseph Blyler, a kick in the teeth.
I think he's hooked on the 2 from the 8. Looks a little bit displeased, and I'll take a first look at Filler's jump cue prowess. all of these guys jump so well at the highest levels. I think Filler's right up there with anybody. I mean, come on, guys, what's going on? You know, it's when they're straight, it's one thing, but to just jump, slice it down the rail, and come 1-2 across is wow.
Doubly score.
Yeah, I think we want to just roll this one in, although you could consider following around with the new cloth that's played in tournaments. It can get a bit slippery. And he does try to come around, and it's tough when you're out there against the best player in the world. Haven't been to the table in a while. We see him slam the chalk down. He's a little bit frustrated. Do believe he's snookered Joshua, though, so he'll have to figure something out. We saw him go 2 rails and kick the 5 in earlier, which was pretty remarkable. He might be going for the same sort of a shot here.
Well, what you're seeing here in so many ways, the way he was clapping at certain shots that Philip pulled off earlier, the way he slams his chalk like that, the way he walked into the arena all full of himself.
Oh, my.
You're seeing an exposure of experience. He's got very little at this level, but having said that, who would have thought Philip would fail to make any kind of contact on the 6?
Yeah, and the reason that he missed the 6 was he was trying to make it where he had to go 1-2 and hit it quite thin. So an aggressive choice, and obviously a great look with for Bleiler to clear these and cut the deficit to 6-2. Uh-oh. It's got to settle. Does just settle, so close to his work, but should be okay to just pinch it back. Play the 9 in the bottom left. Okay.
Joseph Bleiler gets off 1 onto 2. He missed the 6, but then Philip missed the 6 completely. That was the story of that rack.
Yeah.
Good feeling, Nick, isn't it, when you're so close like this and so well ahead?
It is. Pinches it back ever so slightly to give himself a little wiggle room on the 8 to get position on the 9. Beautiful watching the German work, Phil, this Atlantic City morning.
Joshua Filler wins the rack and the match.
So there it is, to no one's surprise, perhaps only to the surprise of Joseph Bleiler. The local is defeated. The man who is trying to defend this title, Joshua Filler, comes through impressively and quickly. He defeats Joshua Bleiler in our first match on the main table here at the US Open at Harrah's Resort in Atlantic City by 9 racks to 2. Yeah, especially with the beeps going as the shot clock ran down. He would not be used to that at all. It's discombobulating for the top players, let alone for someone like him who's never experienced it before.
Not only the beeps, but Ocean just breathing down his neck from the chair. Oh my, Phil. A little bit of sloppiness from the boys here early.
Well, that was a truly incredible miss on the 9. It really was.
Yeah, naturally Ocean off to a fairly poor start, a few unforced errors and so on. Let's see if he settles in, and this is a tester to say the least for Haas. Well, one thing about world-class type players, generally they don't miss the 9 twice. You know, this shot Ocean has is difficult, but usually if you give these guys another chance, they start to get dialed right in. Let's see.
Spot on, Nick. Good call. Albin Ocean, after missing a really easy 9-ball, was able to make amends. All of the signs are there. It seems as though Scott Haas is being overwhelmed by the occasion.
Yeah, it's a tall order when you're in there with a world champion. Can do funny things to you, and let's see if Ocean can kind of get dialed in and sort of produce the cueing that we've grown accustomed to seeing. Nicely played there.
Well, I must say, although I'm loath to use the word mismatch, you get the feeling this could be precisely that. It's not as though Scott Haas hasn't had his chances. He's had several of them. Hasn't taken any yet. And Albin Ocean leads by 3 racks to 0. Over 33 tables in this vast arena. But of course, we're concentrating on the main match table. We're concentrating on the big boys. We've already seen Joshua Fuller come through 9-2 against Joseph Blyler. And now, Albin Ocean, numerically at least, could win even more comfortably against Scott Haas. Especially if his break continues to work like that.
Yeah, I mean, that was a work of art there. See, the corner ball went in, the 1 in the side, and then the 7 followed the 1 in. So, I mean, corner ball and the 1 in the side is ideal.
I like the side pocket here, Nick. Just draw a little bit over to the left side and shoot the 6 long.
Yeah. It's kind of weighing the nuance of the angle, but
Playing it in the corner.
I guess he thought it was just a hair steep. Maybe it was a little steeper than it looked on screen.
Nice stroke on that ball
Yeah.
there.
You probably didn't see it, Jason, but in the second rack, Albin missed the 9-ball to the bottom right-hand pocket. You wouldn't believe he missed it.
Kind of a hanger. He sort of let it stroke out, kind of hit it a little hard, you know, and just bobbled it.
Maybe he took it thinking he wasn't going to miss it. Maybe took it for granted
Something
a little
like
bit.
that. Do you have a preference here, Jason? Are we pulling it back for the 7 in the side, or I guess it's angle dependent?
I think there.
This might be a touch awkward.
Yeah, I think that shot there, I might have punched it out to the mid table, gone forward. This way, he's still good. He can stun this ball up for the 8. I don't think he's gonna go forward. He is.
Yeah, the point I was making. The point I was making is that he missed that 9-ball, and generally in the first 3 racks, really, he didn't look at all in the game. But since then, he's got right into it, and he looks his usual formidable self.
Good touch there. And the unfortunate 9-0 seems to be sliding in for Mr. Haas. These sorts of things happen playing world champions.
Nice win there for Albin.
Right, match. Albin Ocean.
Indeed, it was.